Welcome back, everyone. It's Ready or Not Football Edition.
I'm Nate the Great.
I'm Chris Stacks. We are excited for a sick weekend of games.
Oh yeah,
Sick weekend.
It's gonna be some good games this weekend.
Oh, gotta watch as much as possible. Sorry, folks, I'm out of commission this weekend. I feel a little sick, a little cold coming on. Might not be able to run appointments for anyone. Your finances can't wait till Monday. But we got some good games going on inside the Treps as well.
I'm talking about both.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
matchups in fantasy and in the league.
I love it. So let's hit the waiver wire quick. We had an interesting waiver wire pickup this week, especially obviously we talked about on Tuesday. We talked about the injuries that happened over the weekend. But looking at it, still not sure how this one worked. You were asking me how it worked.
Well,
not 100% sure.
I'm more upset because, like I told you, I don't know what kind of host I am that I'm not even remembering to put claims as the waiver wire myself. I don't see it until the waivers go through, and then I get upset with myself every week.
Which a reminder for all of you on Sleeper, not a sponsor, you can go in and actually have it set up to tell you to remember to put your waivers in.
Which I need to do that.
You need to go in and
not
adjust that.
reminding me.
So the one we're talking about is actually Champ picking up Taysom Hill, which is a huge pickup this week potentially. Obviously, that's a very, we'll say a boom or bust type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get Taysom Hill and he scores 3 rushing touchdowns and catches a pass for like 5 yards. That's a lot of points.
Sure.
But if he does nothing, it's also
But
zero.
at the same time, my tight end's on bye. I could have used him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying that. And obviously 3 people went after him and you forgot, so that would have been 4.
It would have been 4.
Yeah.
Then we got Justine picked up Jacoby Brissett. I know she has Bridgewater. Bridgewater's still out. We wish him a speedy recovery. But Brissett's looking like she's picking him up for her second quarterback.
Yeah, completely understandable. Obviously, not the person I would love to play, especially against New England. But you got to do what you got to do, right?
Well, apparently she likes backups. Bridgewater, Brissett.
Very true, very true. It's working out so far. Your brother picking up Kenneth Walker. I can't believe I forgot this. I can't believe I missed this. He's either going to be great or he's going to be at a timeshare.
I mean, I think he's going to do well this week.
Well, the only thing I'm saying is, and this is the only thing with his coach, is Pete Carroll. He loves to use multiple backs.
Right.
So does he go heavy with Kenneth Walker and give him at least 60% of the workload? Or because they've got other backs that are more seasoned, which he's a very big seasoned kind of guy,
Right.
does he decide to go, I'm going to play each one of you 30% of the snaps?
I mean, that's true. We'll see. I mean, hopefully he breaks out early and he decides to keep him in.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's a good pickup. I wanted to make it. I can't believe I forgot.
But then we got Stacks over here, picked up the Chargers defense. Chargers are against who? Remind me who they're against this weekend?
Chargers are against.
Oh, you just look up right here.
No, I'll show you.
Cannot.
Chargers against somebody that's not great, but I cannot think who it is off the top of my head. But it was somebody that I felt this week could be a big Denver, which we all know that Denver has not been on top of their game.
They have not, but they're overdue for a touchdown. They didn't score any last week.
Well, 1 touchdown doesn't hurt me. 17 sacks.
They're 17 overdue for
Russell.
6 touchdowns.
17 sacks to Russell makes me a happy camper, and Green Bay's been sucking.
But at the same time, let's see if Russell Wilson plays with that injury.
Oh, very true.
What if their backup? Maybe Justine will look at picking up their backup.
That's a good option. Good option. Justin, look into that.
Do amazing against the Chargers defense. We'll see. I hope so. As you're against me this week.
And then Will again. Isaiah McKenzie. Glad that you said he cleared concussion protocol, so that's big. But McKenzie, this is going to be the Chiefs versus the Bills is going to be a high flying. Well, I mean hopefully it doesn't let us down because I'll be really upset. I might need tissues.
That's the 425 game. That's going to be big. Which
I can't believe they didn't flex it. Why would you not flex that game? Instead, let's put another Jets game or another Denver game in the 8 p.m. 8:25 game, whatever it is. It doesn't make sense to me, but
whatever. I mean, maybe there's not enough people watching the 4 o'clock games, so trying to make them watch all day.
Hey, that makes sense.
But then you picked up Duvernay, which I picked him up a couple weeks ago. I dropped him, but only because for space. But I mean, I hope he does well. We'll see.
I mean, Bateman's hurt, and Bateman's a very boom or bust. Duvernay's been more consistent, and as much as you can throw to Mark Andrews, you can only throw to him so much.
Oh yeah.
So I figured it's a nice spot to safety.
And then Baltimore's against Jets this week.
Right.
So
we
let's
don't know
see.
who the Jets are. Oh wait, they beat the Dolphins last week.
They beat
Christina sent her a message.
Dolphins.
And then there was a couple other notables.
Well, come see us on the show.
yes. There's a couple other notables. Jameis Winston for Andrew Brew. Najee's in Paris. Najee's good job. I mean, Jameis, if he's healthy, if he's back, he's got weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That could be a great quarterback to have on your team, obviously depending on the schedule. Graham Gano, not a big deal. Eno, I wanted to bring up Eno for you. If they use him, and especially if Connor's out, it's 50-50 if Connor's going to be out. But if Connor's out, Eno Benjamin could be arguably the pickup of the week.
I sure hope
Arguably the pickup of the week.
Especially conceit. You keep bringing that up.
Najee's got Rams. You got a tight end. There was guys on the IR that came back, but I'd say other than that, there wasn't a lot of big roster moves. But those are the bigger ones for the week.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to actually, should we go into just a quick overview of the games coming up this weekend as far as the games to watch as far as the real NFL? Or should we go
the
over
matchups in our league?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Or should we go over the matchups in our league? Well, the games watching the NFL or the matchups in our league?
Let's go league for. No, wait, actually, no. We just did stuff for the league. Let's do the NFL.
So quick recap or quick what's going on this week, ladies and gents. You've got. Well, see, this doesn't make sense. Why is that that's the Thursday night game. Okay, so Thursday night game still doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah,
prime time. What is their name? Commanders.
Commanders.
What is their new name?
Commanders versus Bills.
Bears.
Bears. Wow. Commanders at Bears.
Commanders at Bears. So we got Fields versus Wentz. The big showdown. Nobody's gonna watch.
It'll still be better than last week's Thursday night game.
Very true.
Moderately, but
moderately. Yeah. That's like. I won't give it. It's not PC. San Francisco versus Atlanta. I'm going San Fran. Where are you going?
San Fran.
New England versus Cleveland.
It's an interesting game. You know what? And I mean, I don't like Patriots anyway, but I'm gonna go for the Browns. They've obviously lost a few games, but they've been looking pretty decent. And Patriots haven't been looking much better. Last game, it took them like 3 quarters to score.
If Mac Jones plays, I want to know what the over/under on this game is. Or not over/under, the spread on this game. I have to look up the spread on this game quick. I might be willing to put $1 on the Pats against the Browns, even though the Browns are at home. We'll come back to that in a moment. Jets versus Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay on this one.
I'm going Green Bay as well. I'm not confident in it, but I'm less confident in the Jets, especially in Green Bay.
I mean, Green Bay just let another New York team roll over them. I don't think they're going to let it happen again.
I like Breece Hall. And we're going to talk about this, but there's a big difference between Breece Hall and Saquon Barkley.
I know.
Big difference.
Oh, we got Jacksonville and Indy. Jacksonville didn't have as much a showing last week as I would have liked, but I think they'll take this one.
So I'm going to go with Indy. Indy has a history of beating Jax, and Jax right now to me is on a decline, where Indy's not necessarily on an up, but I think they've got the ability to sneak this one out. Won't be pretty. It could be literally 13-10 or 13-9. I'm dead serious. It won't be good, but I think that the Indy's going to take that one. So Miami versus Minnesota. I know who you're going to take.
I mean, I always want Miami to win. And even though Vikings are 4-1, it hasn't been beautifully done most of the games, if I remember correctly.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah. But I don't know about our third-string quarterback.
Right.
Because Bridgewater's not coming back.
That's what's literally making me lean.
I know Tua's on like the 4th step of the concussion protocol.
But they said it's unlikely for this week.
It's not happening this week. No, I know it's not happening this week. I don't even know if it's happening next week. We'll see. I'm not taking anybody. I can't do it.
I'm going Minnesota in that game. You got the Bengals versus New Orleans. With the reigning Super Bowl attendees. I'm saying attendees because they lost. As much as I like Joe Burrow, going to New Orleans, Winston potentially coming back, Kamara starting to look like Super Camario, Chris Olave supposedly coming out of the concussion protocol.
New Orleans is looking better,
So I'm going with New Orleans.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Bengals.
Okay.
Then we got Baltimore in New York for the Giants. Giants 4-1 as well, but I mean they came back for that win against Green Bay, but Depends on which Saquon Barkley shows up, as you mentioned earlier, but also which Lamar Jackson shows up.
That's what I was thinking about. And if Rashad Bateman was in, because that field stretcher opens up the offense for Lamar, because you have to watch him, I would say Baltimore. And this hurts me to say, pains me to say. I'm gonna go with the New York Saquons.
I'm sticking with the Baltimore Jacksons.
Both of those is a very fair statement.
Then we got Tampa Bay in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna have to go Tampa Bay on that one.
Oh, I'm going Tampa Bay. It's not even
After what the
I would even
Pittsburgh show last week.
take the points. Arizona versus Seattle, Battle of the Birds again.
A lot of birds. Geno Smith versus Kyler Murray. Cardinals.
I'm going Seattle, and I'm shocked that I'm saying that, but I'm going Seattle.
Definitely going to be interested to look back at this and see.
Oh, it really is. I'm gonna note these. Carolina versus the Rams. The Rams have been terrible.
I need the Rams. I need Stafford.
But
put us in points.
This should be a get-right game for Stafford, for the Rams D. Now, if Aaron Donald's out, I might eat my words on this one.
Oh, that's right.
But
Aaron Donald didn't practice.
Aaron Donald right now, if anybody didn't know, is hurt with a foot injury, so you got to watch that. But I would take the Rams just because Carolina just lost their coach.
Yeah.
You know, Baker Mayfield has no idea what he's doing playing football right now. And the Rams have good people. I'll go with the Rams.
I mean, the Rams still have stars to the cast. They just
forgot to play football.
Yeah.
From the offseason.
Then we got Buffalo and Kansas City. That's going to be, in my opinion, the game to watch.
Oh, that's going to be the game of the week. If this goes the way it could, this should be over 100 combined points.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely
Buffalo
possible.
has a good defense. Kansas City has a terrible defense. But these two teams know how to score points.
Yep, and Mahomes has been looking better the last couple of weeks.
Right.
It's gonna
Mahomes versus Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It could be very interesting.
Now, who are you going for though?
I'm not out of principle, but out of heart, I'm going with Josh Allen.
I'm going out of my hope for my Dolphins. I'm going for Kansas City.
Well,
I need Bills to get a
that's
loss.
reasonable too.
Come on, Mahomes.
Then you got the Cowboys versus the Eagles. The Eagles have looked good, but I'm not gonna lie, Cooper Rush is 5-0.
I mean, I like going against the Dallas just because they're your team, but I also can't have Eagles keep being undefeated, man.
Well, yeah, that sucks too. And I love Hurts. I've got Hurts, obviously, but I think this is going to be one of the biggest challenges for Jalen Hurts so far with the Cowboys D.
Mm-hmm.
They like to get after your quarterback.
That's true.
And if you're not paying attention, you're going to eat turf. And Cooper Rush, he gets it done. It's like one of those things. He's kind of like a Tim Tebow to me, except for he's got like the arm of Brett Favre with the Tebow, I don't want to lose type stuff. Yeah. And you put it together, it's usually a decent quarterback. As long as he doesn't throw any picks, this I think is going to be the Cowboys. I think it might be a decent scoring affair. So
definitely a good Sunday night option.
23-20 for Sunday night, I would say, and I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going to say a little higher score. I'm going to say 30-27.
30-27.
I still think it's going to be like a 3-point game, like a very close game. I
think it'll be Brett Maher kicking a touchdown.
I'm going to go kicking a touchdown?
Or sorry, kicking a field goal again.
You know what? It pains me to say I'm going to go with your Cowboys on this one.
And it will be very interesting. Did you see what Zeke said?
No, I didn't.
Zeke literally came out, I believe it was on ESPN, and said, the haters. And he said, watch what happens this weekend.
Ooh, well, I'm
Last time he said that was when he went against the Seahawks. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. And he ran right at one of their biggest guys and just ran him over and kept running. And he was just pissed off, and he came out to play that one game. So we'll see if he does it again.
Ooh, I'm excited to see that.
I'm hoping so. And the last one?
Denver at LA for the Chargers. So, I mean, I'm going LA.
Denver?
No, absolutely not. No.
It's so sad, but no, I'm going with the Chargers as well. We're going to write this down. We'll check it out on Tuesday to see who did what. Now, a quick recap for what's going on in the league. Who's playing who, who's doing what. We'll start from the bottom up because the last one's going to be an interesting combo. So we got Belichick yourself versus Najee's in Paris. Looking at the game, it's a little bit of a split, 56, 40, 44.
Mm-hmm.
Najee's, I'm still nervous about Najee, just like I said last week.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going against a decent team in Tampa Bay with a good run defense. That scares me even more. I like the new quarterback, Kenny Pittsburgh, but Kenny Pickens. Pickett.
Say Kenny Pittsburgh, confused how but yeah.
Kenny Pickett. But I'm a little worried about them versus Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
In all reality, that's a rough showing for a rookie. And Belichick, we talked about the Bills.
Yeah.
The Bills defense this week, even though they're good,
they're against
they
tough
could
offense.
come out. Mahomes to me is one of those guys. You play great defense for 3 quarters, and all of a sudden he throws three passes for touchdowns, and your defense looks like hell.
Yeah.
He has that ability to get out of the pocket, find a Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a Mecole Hardman. They got a third wide receiver right now. He can find anybody. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they scored 21 points and your defense sucks.
Yep. So, yeah, definitely interesting to see that one.
That's the danger zone for me because a 10 points from a defense helps you out. -5 hurts the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm. Then we got Tebow versus Steiger. This split isn't currently accurate because Steiger, what are you doing? You gotta replace your bye people. Which, speaking of which, actually, let me bring that up now before I forget.
Yeah.
We have bye week start this week, as I mentioned on Tuesday. The bye teams are Lions, Texans, Raiders, and Titans. So make sure you have those out of your lineup. Talking to Steiger here, everyone else seems to pretty much have them out. But definitely interesting to see what the actual spread would be once he fills in those spots.
And like I mentioned earlier in the week, Steiger 1-4, but my man, especially in an 8-team league,
that can be turned around easily.
Easily have a flip. And now look at you got Champ versus Team 3 tight ends is the next game we're going to talk about. That's number 1 versus number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to lose, and depending on who loses, that opens up the entire league that much more.
And plus, I know my brother has like a 30-point lead in points.
Yeah.
So if Champ wins by over 30 points, then she takes the top spot.
Right. So this could really mix everything up. You got a lot of people that still got to play each other throughout the year. So stagger up, go to the waiver wire, pick some people up. You really only need to pick one player up from what I saw. That makes a huge difference this weekend. Tebow's roster overall, I still like, but I think it could be a lot closer than what we're looking at right now just by filling those spots.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Then we got the last game.
Well, we got Team 3 tight ends versus
you
Championship.
mentioned it, but yeah, that's a very close game. Right now, it's a 48-52 swing in Christina's favor. But as you've seen the last few weeks, you can never count Team 3 tight ends out.
Yeah, I know.
They're overdoing their projection by a mile.
I literally changed my draft strategy for next year already.
Oh yeah,
I'm taking a tight end in the first.
Oh, first,
And
second, third. I don't know.
My keeper might be a tight end. So looking at Team 3 tight ends, the one thing I was looking at versus Team 3 tight ends and Champ is the Cook versus Helaire matchup in theirs.
Yep.
And the Kirk versus Jefferson.
Kirk's interesting right now.
Kirk,
he had a great the first 3 weeks, slacking
kind
in 4 and 5.
And like I said, I'm not excited about the Jags this week. But then you look at Cook versus Helaire. Helaire is one of those players, and I've got Helaire in 2 leagues.
Yeah.
Helaire is one of those players where he's either scoring you 2 or 3 touchdowns or he's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And Cook seems like he's just getting his footing, and they're going against the Dolphins team that just gave up like 40 points to the Jets.
Yeah, barely.
Just barely 40 points.
Yeah.
But if Cook goes off, if Cook goes off and Kirk does terrible, but Helaire goes off, or Helaire does nothing and Jefferson goes off, that could be interesting. But again, Hilaire's playing against the Bills.
Yeah.
So he gets hit on 2 screen passes for touchdowns. That completely throws off the day for your brother.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting. I think that's going to be the biggest matchups for them for this week, unless somebody else, unless Travis Kelce catches 4 touchdowns again. But I think that's
definitely possible.
I think that's going to be the separator between those 2 teams. And then obviously,
well, who does the Bills defense have that can cover Kelce?
The Bills defense is just good.
Yes,
they're great.
But Kelsey's a monster.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the Bills defense is great. The game of the week, obviously, just because it's us. Myself versus Nate the Great over here.
Right now it's favoring this guy over here, but
this guy, almost 10 points, 8 points.
I like how we're the only ones with our teams as our logos.
True, actually. Jalen Hurts versus Lamar Jackson. Pretty fair matchup. Like I said, the Cowboys eat up Hurts. That hurts me. You got Geno versus Stafford. Stafford had been selling me nothing.
I need it to be this week.
I could be at a football game and he couldn't sell me ketchup for a hot dog.
They're playing the Panthers this week. They have no...
That's why I said it should be a get-right game, and I'm actually playing him in one of my leagues, but I'm still not sold.
And I need Cardinals defense to get on Geno Smith.
Yeah, you really do.
Make him remember what it was like to play in New York.
To play in the Jets. You've got the Ravens, which again, Saquon. I've got the Chargers. If my luck, all of a sudden Russell decides to show up. So it could be a very close game. I'm obviously going to go with myself. I know you're going to go with yourself.
Yep.
But this, for you, is a get-right game this week. For Steiger's a get-right game this week. So there's a lot of potential going on here. Just depends on, Team 3 tight ends comes off with a loss. Champ wins. The whole league is mixed up.
Yeah.
That's keeping everything close.
And then, if I come back with the win, then I'll finally have 2 wins. Me and Steiger need to get wins.
You and Steiger need to get some wins.
So we can really mix it up.
Team Tebow would put him at 3-3 if he does beat Steiger this week. If Belichickian beats Najee's, that puts her at 4-2. So if I was to win, Champ was to win, and Belichickian wins.
No, you're not winning. Go on.
If we were, that puts us all on a tie for the spot. Just be separated by points.
Not me. Puts me at the bottom.
Well, because Steiger would have to lose too. So, or no, actually, if Steiger won, then that creates a big separation at the bottom.
I want that.
But it'll be interesting, guys. It's going to be an exciting week. Make sure you check out some football this weekend. The Kansas City game versus the Bills. I recommend you pull up your popcorn and you get ready for a game. If it disappoints, we're all going to be upset. But it should be a sick week. Steiger, go check out your lineup for me. This is going to be the week where we really figure out how close this division is. 8 teams, how close are we? Or is somebody going to start to separate? Week 6, this is a good time to separate.
Yeah. Only had this about halfway through the fantasy season. 13 weeks, right?
Yep.
It's early. Okay.
But Chris Stacks,
Make it great.
we'll see you guys on Tuesday.